This builder has never been on this side of town, so if you're thinking about moving to the east of Houston, but you're tired of seeing all of these cookie cutter homes, you have to tour this home with me. They haven't even sold one yet in this community because it's brand new. Let's check it out. So as soon as we walk in, we're greeted with this open concept, this open layout. And as you can see here, the kitchen space is really spacious. You have enough room right here in between for you to walk through with at least 2 people. And like I've always mentioned in my videos, I like to cook, so I always like to make sure that the kitchen area is super spacious and open. You have enough space back there to either do like a little coffee station or even a wine bar. You can put a little bit of shelving there, as you can see there. And this kitchen island is big enough for you to have about 3 bar stools there. So you don't necessarily need to eat on your dining area. And your cabinetry here, plenty of space. And for those of you who do want to buy in this community, and you'll be one of the first ones, since they haven't sold a house here yet, you're gonna get all of your appliances, which you'll see the washer and dryer along with the fridge in a bit. And you're gonna have of course, your stove and your built-in microwave, dishwasher at your island here, in which it leaves it super open to your dining area along with your living area. And check out this accent wall if you haven't already seen it. It runs across from the door, your entryway, all the way to the end of your living room. It really makes it feel a lot more open instead of just having a plain white wall, as you can see here. Now, your dining area, which you could really use it for decoration, not necessarily actually use it, because you do have enough space right here with your bar stools. But what I've mentioned before in some of my videos is with these 2 windows, where you have the natural light coming in, it makes enough separation to where it actually feels like the dining and the living has its own placement. So even though this is an open concept, you do have an area for your dining, which is separated by these 2 windows. And for your living right here, it's separated by that tray style ceiling, which is pretty awesome. And in this one, if you can tell, they have the tray style ceiling on the inside of it, the same color as the accent wall right here. So it actually gives you a nice like designated area for your living space. This home here is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, right under 2,000 square foot. And like I mentioned, they really utilize the space super well. And that's the owner suite back over there. I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit more about the community in a bit, but let's go check out the owner suite. And then I'm gonna show you where the other 3 bedrooms are, because you can't even see where they're at. That's one thing that I really like about this particular model here. So check out your owner suite. Tray style ceilings in here again, with your accent wall towards the back of the bed. I believe this is a king, so it's pretty spacious in here. For your owner suite, like I said, in the 1,900 square foot, they utilize the space very well. You're gonna have 2 windows here that bring in natural light through the back of the home, which is pretty cool. You're gonna be sitting on a 50 to 55 square foot product. And this model in particular, you're gonna be looking at a starting point of $345. Right here, we're going into your owner suite bathroom, your ensuite bathroom. You're gonna have your his and hers here, separate tub and shower. Check that out. Nice and spacious. High ceilings throughout the house. You're looking about 10-foot ceilings here. 9 to 10 foot, if I'm not mistaken. And check out this closet size. Nice and spacious. For a 1-story, 1,900 square foot, this is a pretty good size whenever it comes to your closet space here in your owner suite. Let's head right back out. Before we go over there, let's do a little fit check today. Okay, we have the Ralph with the tie and the jeans. It's starting to become my uniform now. Just sweaters and jeans and ties. Now, let's talk a little bit about the community itself, heading right back out here to the living area. Before we go check out the rest of the house, I want to tell you guys where exactly we are, just in case you haven't been to Houston before, you haven't been to Baytown, you don't know where this is at. Well, Baytown is about 30 minutes east of downtown Houston. So you're going to catch all the way from I-10 and you'll be back here on 330, or you can go down to 146. It still gives you that 30-minute time frame, but Given that this community is right on North Main, in about 5 minutes from I-10, that cuts your time down an extra 5 minutes. So really where this community is at, you're looking about 25 minutes away from downtown Houston. Now, if you don't feel like going into the city and having to pay for parking, just so you can have an awesome night and enjoy some restaurants, we're 9 minutes away from Mont Belvieu, a community that is growing. You have a bunch of restaurants. You have wine tasting out there, whiskey tasting. It is growing like crazy. And they have master plans community where they're going to bring a whole more to the area. So if you don't want to go to the city, you don't have to. You can be about 10 minutes away, a short drive, hop on I-10 and be in Mont Belvieu in 10 minutes. Now for your groceries, HEB, as it is everybody's biggest question, how close is the HEB whenever they're moving to Houston or they're living here in Texas from where I'm gonna live in? Well, right here, we're about 5 minutes away from the HEB in Baytown. And then the HEB in Mont Belvieu, you're looking at about another 10 to 12 minutes, depending on traffic. That's roughly around how far we are. Now, when we're talking about high schools for the kiddos, if your kids go to high school, we are about a walking distance of 5 minutes, not driving, but walking distance of 5 minutes. So if you don't want to buy a car for your kiddos, they can walk to school because it's right down here. It's about 5 minutes from here. And then of course you have all your surroundings like the parks. The community itself does have its own park, but in order for them to keep the HOA low, all you're going to have here is a walking trail and a nice park and a retention pond, which can look nice on certain days. As for incentives and pricing in this community, we're looking at a pricing starting point of $299 for your smallest one story. Right now, we're in the biggest one story that they have, which is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and 1,900 square foot, right under 2,000 actually. It's 1,948 or 1,950, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. You're gonna be right under that, and this model does start off at $345. This community is going to be pretty small. It's not a master plan community, so that also keeps your tax range pretty low. If I'm not mistaken, this is probably the community with the lowest tax point where it's new construction here in the Baytown area. So you can still be close to Mont Belvieu and you don't have to worry about paying that tax rate that they have over there or their price point. You can be 10 minutes away from Mont Belvieu and pay a 1.9% tax rate right here in Bay Creek. And that's before your tax incentives whenever it comes to being a homeowner. So you have your home exemption, which is another 20% once you move into this property for it being your main property. So it gets even lower than that. Now let's talk about the incentives. And like I always mention to you guys, make sure you reach out to me before you come out here, just so I can make sure that they have the incentives, because they can change on a weekly basis sometimes, for sure on a monthly basis. Right now, given the fact that nobody has bought a home in this community, it's how new it is, the first 5 people, they get all the appliances for whichever home that you get here. You're also going to get a $10,000 incentive, or you can use it either to take the price off the house or use it to buy down your interest rate. So however you want to use it, you can use that money towards that. And if you work in the refineries or you plan on moving down here, you're going to work in the refineries, they have an extra program. It's almost like a heroes program, which you probably heard in the past for firefighters and police officers. This one is just for refinery workers, and they give you an extra $2,500 for you to use how you want to. So that's a total of $12,500. Those are the incentives for Bay Creek and the builder here, which is Pulte. If you want more information, I'm Giovanni Frank with the Living East of Houston channel. And now let's go check out the rest of the bedrooms.
You also forgot something.
What?
You forgot about the flex.
Oh, that's true. So I forgot about the flex incentive that they have. So this is apart from the $10,000, apart from the $2,500 if you work in refineries. They're giving you $25,000 for you to use however you want to. Take that off the price of the home, buy your interest rate down, whatever you want to use it for. So you have $12,500 plus another $25,000 for you to use however you want. And like I mentioned, guys, always make sure to reach out to me, because these incentives can change, especially as this community gets hot and more people start to buy in it. Those incentives could go down, right? So it just depends on whenever you're ready to look. Always remember to reach out to me. I'm Giovanni with the Living East of Houston channel. Feel free to text that number on the screen or hit that link in the description down below. Now we can go check out the rest of the house. As I mentioned at the beginning, you can't really see where the rest of your bedrooms are. And that's pretty cool. That way nobody gets nosy about how clean or dirty your rooms are, right? But as you can see right here, once we come to the right, they're behind your cabinetry wall. And we're gonna run into your first room here, which is your washroom. So right here, you're gonna be looking at your washer and dryer area. It's pretty spacious. And these are gonna be the ones that you get with your package if you're one of the first 5 people that I mentioned just a while ago. Then this is gonna be your first bedroom over here. It's not as spacious, but one of the reasons why whenever I've talked to the builders out here when they have rooms that are this cozy, is that what they're really trying to incentivize, or at least this builder was trying to incentivize when they came out with this floor plan, is to have the families congregate more in the living area. So that's what this model is for. The bedrooms aren't as big as you'll see in other builders or even in other models that they offer here, but this one is really just to incentivize whoever's in this bedroom to go out into the living area and enjoy the living room, the dining area, and enjoy the family. So this one is the reason why they have the rooms a little bit smaller here. And this is gonna be your second bathroom here. You have your tub and shower together. Now we're going into your second room on this side, your third room in total. And this is where you can find your finishes. So whenever you come here and you wanna select the style of home you have, they're gonna have a few options here. It's a total of 7 different options that you're gonna have here. I believe the one that we're in right now is this Premier Woodlands Mist. I believe that's the one that we're in right now. So if you like that, that's gonna be one here. So this is your bedrooms. Now we're going over into what is your third bedroom on this side and your fourth final bedroom throughout the house. This one's probably a little bit more spacious than the first one that we walked into. Let's see here. And you have your pantry right here by your kitchen. Now let's go check out the backyard. Right now we're in the backyard, and as you can see, you get brick on all 4 sides from this builder. You can have a patio area if you like, and the lot sizes, like I mentioned before, is you're gonna be in the 50 to 55 range. So they're pretty spacious, they're not too big. This is not for those of you who are looking for acreage living or anything like that. These are enough size for you to enjoy your backyard with a little glass of wine right here in the patio area. Let me flip it so you can see the full extent of what I'm talking about here. So you have enough yard on the sides of both of your sides here on the left and the right. Like I mentioned, this is not too small, but it's nothing for those of you who are looking for like half an acre to an acre. It's probably not the builder for you. But as you can see here, both your backyard and your side yard is pretty sizable. This is how new the community is. They still have a generator back here powering the house because they haven't had the city come out here and put in all of the utilities just yet. They're about to finish that off, is the reason why they haven't sold any properties. So you can be one of the first people in this community if you like. And if you're interested in the Baytown area, I did a full deep dive video where I show exactly where on the map it is on the east of Houston side, and also what the community itself offers to you as a future Baytonian. You can find that video somewhere right here. And if you're interested on learning more just about east of Houston in general, feel free to reach out to me. I help people just like you every single week find their dream property, their relocation property out here on the east of Houston area. I'm Giovanni with the Living East of Houston channel. Until next time.